Good evening once again, and welcome to our board meeting dated September 22nd, 2022. Reconvene to open session. It is 6:28. 1, public hearing. A, sufficient and availability of textbooks and instructional materials for CSDU students. Written and oral comments will be heard at this time regarding the consideration of adopting of a resolution stating that the district is in compliance with Educational Code Section 60119 pertaining to the sufficient and availability of textbooks and instructional materials for all pupils in the Calexico Unified School District. I believe we have 2 requests for oral communication. Alexa Rangel. Yeah, I think both of them are.
Good evening.
Do you have 2 requests?
I have 2. One's just a regular public comment, and this one is just regarding the textbooks.
Okay.
I don't know if I have to fill out 2. or not.
Okay. Go ahead.
The first one is regarding the textbooks. I'm a parent. I have 3 children at the school district. 2 are in elementary, and everything seems fine there. I have one that's a 9th grader, and one of my concerns with that was in regards to textbooks. A lot of the textbooks are online, and my daughter, I've had to actually email a few teachers because she doesn't have, or she says she doesn't know the codes to be able to do the homework at home. I'm not one of those parents that doesn't check their homework. I always ask them, what do you have for class? I always check Parent View. So in regards to the textbooks, that worries me. In regards to 9th graders and MacBooks, they were told that they were going to receive devices, and I believe some of them didn't. I had to kind of call the school and ask what was going on with my daughter's device, because it was already the second or third week, and she kind of told me, Mom, don't bug them, don't bother them. But I was like, well, you need your device to be able to do a lot of the assignments that they're giving you, so I want to make sure that you have it. So I finally did call, I call it Deanza, 9th grade, and they were very nice, they were very helpful, and the tech did speak to me, and he did provide her with a device, but he did mention that there weren't as many devices. So my concern as a parent is, if she isn't able, or if I had to call to be able to get that device, are all these other students able to have their devices for class and for school? Because obviously I want my daughter to get good grades in her class, as well as all her friends and her classmates. And those are my comments on this particular item.
Okay. Then you have another one, second one?
Yeah, it's not regarding this one. I don't know if you have another one for the public hearing.
No, this is the only one.
Okay, all right. My other public comments are just in regards to my children and their education at the school district. We have a lot of wonderful teachers at the elementary. My children have had the luxury or not had the luxury of moving from one school to the next. They started off at Rockwood. And then one of them had to move from Rockwood to Jefferson. I really love Jefferson. I think they're doing an incredible job there. My only concern with both schools, and throughout the schools that I've seen, like I said, my daughter has been in the Calexico School District since kindergarten. She's now in 9th grade. And my biggest concern has always been with all the teachers, what is going on with the writing in the classes. I don't think that they do enough writing in the classes at the level that my 9th grader is at. I don't think she is where she should be. And I do the homework with them. I do check their grammar. My biggest concern is grammar. And when I talk to the teachers, most of the time they tell me they just don't have enough time in their classrooms to be doing the writing. And I think that is something that needs to be addressed. I'm not sure if it's been addressed by other parents. I probably am addressing it late for my 9th grader. But I mean, regarding the grammar, when I have to check her homework and make sure that she's not doing run-on sentences, when I have to check her, make sure that the sentence is in agreement with each other and she's not doing past tense and present tense all in the same paragraph, it's concerning for me. I rushed over here. I was finishing homework with my 5th grader and I was doing that exact same thing. So I do hope that it's addressed and that it's brought up more in these meetings, because for me as a parent, it's a huge concern. My second concern is I know we have a lot of people who speak Spanish in the Valley. I was born and broadly raised in Calexico. My first language is English. I understand that there's a lot of Spanish speakers, and you're not going to hear me say, don't speak Spanish. I think it's a skill that everyone needs. Unfortunately, I just haven't had the opportunity to teach it as much because I focus a lot on the English at home. I would like to see the school district offer that to some of the students that don't speak any Spanish in the elementary level. My daughter is taking Spanish this year in 9th grade, and it's my time to shine because I minored in Spanish because I grew up here and I wasn't efficient in Spanish, so I figured I had to do something about that. So it's my year to annoy her with all the grammatical stuff for Spanish too. And so I hope that that's taken into consideration, because at first I thought, oh, sorry.
Go ahead, finish.
At first I thought it was just my daughter or my children who didn't speak that well of Spanish. But then I met a few of her friends and they also didn't speak Spanish. And I think it's a really big concern. I know we're always talking about Spanish speakers learning English, and that is important. But I'd also like it to be addressed for children like mine who don't speak Spanish and would like to be able to communicate that way also. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rangel. You can leave your number with Ms. Burgos and someone will follow up. All right, thank you very much. It is 6:35. Do we have any other requests for? Thank you. F, announcement of actions taken in closed session, none? Yeah, he's coming up. G, comments from the public. The board will take any and all comments from the public related to an item on the agenda or any item of district business that is not on the agenda. And we have Mr. Roman.
Good afternoon, board members, superintendent. Yeah, an item not on the agenda. I just want to say thank you. And your August 25th meeting, you approved the Ag Incentive Grant. Thank you. We got it signed recently and sent up to the state. And then it's unfortunate that we're losing one of our ag teachers. In the grant, we submitted the numbers from the past 4 teachers and all those students that are involved. So if we don't replace that ag teacher, we stand in the future to lose some of that funding. And I don't know what other consequences it may have. Mr. Ramirez, who was teaching the agricultural mechanics course, now has another assignment, and his students then were taken out and placed elsewhere. I just want to let you know that according to Mr. Carlos Ortiz, Imperial County Ag Commissioner, the agricultural industry in the Valley is well over $2 billion annually, with over 500,000 acres harvested. And our students need to see more than just the farm worker side of the agricultural industry and the science and the careers. So in agricultural education, we really strive to provide premier leadership through our FFA program to get them to extend and stretch and go into towards their personal growth as citizens and scientists and students, and career success. And granted, when a student has a pig at the animal farm, they're not going to grow up to be pig farmers, but you know what? They learn responsibility, time management, budgeting, teamwork, and consider that we cannot let our program go down. You know, you guys, the board, the district has been very supportive with the animal facilities, with the upkeep of the vehicles and equipment of the agricultural program. And, you know, we belong to the Imperial section and the southern region. We're part of all these staff developments and conferences. We're taking students out in conferences this coming week, a local one in Hopeville. I'm taking 35 freshmen over to El Capitan High School in Lakeside, and we get them to go out of the valley and see what's out there in terms of careers in agriculture. And it's unfortunate some of our students now made it up to the mall, and that's it. They don't know anything north of the 8. I tell them I live in Brawley and I have to put Google Maps and show them, hey, this is where I'm at. So I'm really looking forward to us maintaining a strong program, and I just want to thank you for your support. On the note that was mentioned about the devices, yeah, we all had to change from what we had in mind as far as our online assignments, our Google Classroom, our Google Drive, our Google Slides, to pencil paper, until we get all those devices. So we're as anxious as the parents and the students, the teachers, to get them. And regarding Spanish, I got 15 seconds. I'm telling them, you know what, let's look at a plan where agricultural education being there every single year. We have to compete with schools that start ag ed during the junior high, preparing the students, and they have 4 years of programs, and they get the rewards and the recognitions, and I'm looking forward to that with us as well, that we could get the highest degrees. And for that, we need to provide our students an opportunity to participate in an ag class every single year in their high school career. So I'll be coming back with information to you about ag education and showing you the progress our students are making. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Roman. H, consent agenda. All items appearing will be acted upon one motion without discussion.
I move to pull item number 5.
Moved by Romero,
To pull number 5. Pull item number 5 out.
number 5, okay. Do we have a
And then
do we have a second? Oh, you're gonna pull it okay, for discussion? All right, any other?
I move to approve items number 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7.
Moved by Romero, second by,
And 8. Yeah. I didn't
8.
see 8. Yeah.
all right. So you're motioning to approve 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, correct?
Not 5.
Not 5, okay. All right. So we have a motion. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 4-0 with Alvarado missing. Okay, number 5, travel Calexico High School baseball coaches to attend the ABCA convention in Nashville, Tennessee on January 5th to the 8th, 2023.
I move to deny number 5. Reject number 5.
Do we have a second?
I second.
There's a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
No.
No.
So,
It dies.
so motion.
So it dies.
Dies.
Okay. All right. Informational items.
Hold on. So,
What? It dies?
It dies.
well, it dies, but it wasn't approved either way.
It's not approved. It dies.
Okay.
All right, we're okay? All right, let's go. I, informational items. Superintendent report.
Thank you very much, President Calderon, board members, and members of the audience. We are off, I think, despite of, always there's going to be glitches and things to work out all the time, no matter the beginning of the year, middle of the year, end of the year. There's always a lot of work to do. We're operating a pretty, massive organization here with 8,000 students and over 1,000 employees, and all of our community and all of our school programs and services that we offer. But I think our great majority getting off to this new school year, the 22-23 school year, has been successful. There's always room for improvements. We're learning. We are meeting and constantly looking at how we could get better, what are those programs and services and operations and systems and procedures that we can improve on. And one of the things that I want our community, our staff, and our students and our families to rest assured is that our hearts and our minds are into this. We want to have the best district in the valley. We want to be a high quality, successful district in the state and in the nation. And I've said that before, and I strongly believe that we have the potential of doing that. So I want to thank everybody for being here tonight and providing your input, and I strongly believe that together we work better. So I know our staff, all of our admin staff here, President Calderon, works long days and sometimes even on weekends because we want to, we care. And we want to provide the best program for our students. They deserve it. We owe it to them, and we're in it 100%. We had our back to school nights here in these past couple of weeks. We had a lot of parents. Our district staff attended different school sites. This week we had Calexico High School and our middle schools and elementary schools. So it was just excited to see our kids with their parents and in the classrooms talking with their teachers and you know, with that shine in their eye and the hope that they have for this school year. So that's very exciting. I want to thank all of our staff, all of our teachers, all of our support staff, our custodians and secretaries and principals for putting that together. I think they did a great job. Some of our schools and district parent committee elections have concluded, whereas we have our ELACs and DLACs, or school site councils, and these are committees that our parents have the opportunity to join and to be part of the decision-making process in our school sites, to see how some of our expenditures are being used and have input on how their local school sites and where their children go to school are utilizing those expenditures and what programs and services they are promoting. So that concluded this week. The committees are tallying their votes and notifying their new members for these different parent involvement programs. Parent participation and voice, as I said, are integral in establishing a positive school climate and communication. And some sites are hosting events to develop communication avenues with families as well. So not only for those number of parents who could participate in ELAC or who could participate in school site council, but also we want to increase parent engagement, parent involvement. So for example, Jefferson Elementary is hosting grandparent celebration, goodies with grandparents. So on September 9th, they are celebrating Grandparents' Day, and they're bringing grandparents in to the school and welcome them to the school and be with their grandchildren. So it's just a nice, you know, parent, community, family, and school connection for our students. I know that students love grandma and love grandpa, and seeing them at their school site where they're learning could be very socially, emotionally positive for them. On September 23rd, Jefferson School counselors will begin a series of parent workshops to support parent engagement goals focused on health education and a student sense of belonging. One of the most important things that we need to do in a K-12 education is the student's sense that they're connected to their school, they're connected to the adults at their school, that they belong there, that we care for them, and that's the place that they want to be at. And so I want to applaud and recognize Jefferson for their efforts in trying to make those connections with the staff, with the students, and with their families. Also, on September 30th, William Moreno Junior High School will be hosting their first parent picnic, and they're inviting parents to come onto campus where they will be sharing lunch with their students and staff, and all breaking bread together and eating and talking and being on campus together with students and parents and families and the staff there as well. So you know, I want to congratulate and recognize those those schools who already started to outreach to their parents in only the third or fourth week of school, and making those connections already. And looking forward to our other schools for doing the same in the you know, weeks to come and throughout the school year. September 19th through the 23rd is we celebrate Higher Education Spirit Week. Our schools will be doing a variety of different activities throughout the week to promote higher education and, spirit days and college and university, different activities to promote a recognition and acknowledgement that, part of the college and career-ready efforts that we have. So that will be September 19th through the 23rd. We continue to congratulate the efforts of our scholar athletes who are not only, showing their discipline and their hard work in the classroom, but also out in the field. Our girls volleyball on Tuesday, September 13th, defeated Southwest High School 3-0. They compete in Mission Bay Bucks Bash tournament on Friday and Saturday. So we wish our Lady Bulldogs in our volleyball team, varsity team, the best of luck in this weekend's tournament. Our girls tennis last week defeated Central 13-5. This week they defeated Hopeville High School from 12-6, and Brawley High School 11-7. So they're on the road there, and we wish our girls tennis team all the luck as well. So we're very proud of our women's athletic programs as well. Our varsity football on Friday defeated September 16th defeated Hopefield 39-0. So great teamwork. I was there. I was attended that football game, and I'm telling you, if you're in the valley and you want a place to be at on a Friday night lights, it's a fun event. Mr. Mariano Velez, our assistant principal and acting athletic director, is running all over the place, trying to keep things moving in a positive direction. But our football team is now 5-0, and we wish them the best of luck too as they continue throughout this season. Cross country, our cross country team will compete at the Carlsbad Grit and Grind XC Invitational. So we wish them the best of luck as they're trying to also, improve on their personal record and do the 3-mile run as fast as they can. So there's a lot of really good things going, and there's a million more things that I could highlight tonight. But those are some of the highlights for tonight's board meeting, and our next board meeting will be October 13th, 2022. So I wish everyone a great weekend and a great end of our September as we get into Halloween and Thanksgiving and the Christmas and all that. It's tamales, champurrado, and puñuelos, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, President Calderon.
Thank you, Mr. Jimenez. To IROP committee, all I have to report here is that the career specialists, IVROP career specialists, continue to work with our staff throughout the district. Educational Services Management team met with Esmeralda Garcia to plan future events with migrant students and other after-school programs. Mobile Lab Career Lab participated in an inter-session Saturday event on September 17, 2022 at Kiki Camarena. And some of the events that are coming up are IVROP Regional Advisory General Session, September 23rd at IVC from 12 to 3:30 p.m. IVROP CTE Leadership Training, October 27th. IVROP Agricultural Summit it's scheduled for November 3rd, and that's all I have. Thank you. 3, Safety Committee.
Good evening, trustees, admin team, staff, and our community. My name is Alejandra Limon, and I'm the Safety and Title IX Coordinator. I am going to present my report for August and September. So I'm very happy to be back with everyone. So to begin with, we are currently updating our Catapult EMS system. So we've been working with every site, cleaning up our lists, and getting ready. Our sites have been holding drills to make sure that all of the kinks in the system are out. So that's what we've been doing so far with Catapult. We're in discussions with the Calexico Police Department regarding school resource officers. So that's hopefully coming into play soon, but we're working with them. Regarding our safety and emergency program agreements, all of them have been updated, And we're now working with Catapult, WeTip, and the Parent Emergency Communication System, and Navigate 360 and Alice. So those are the main safety programs that we're working with. There's more coming, but for example, we're looking into vape detectors and so forth and so on, but those are the main systems that we use to notify our staff and our community and our students if there's an issue on campus. 7 of our elementaries, 1 of our junior highs, and some of the high school administrators attended the standard response protocol training this last month. That was very interesting. We hope to be moving in that direction. It's much easier, and we really embraced it, so that's more to come. And that's also through the Sandy Hook, and we'll be looking at reunification training sometime in March. That's also going to be sponsored by El Centro Unified School District. So all of this was a county training, and it was wonderful. And if one of the board members would be interested in going, I highly recommend it so that you understand what that protocol is. So we'll be talking about that later. We had our first canine visit at the high schools. That went very well. That is one of the 22 visits that we'll have this year with InterQuest Detection Canine. So that's already started. Our crossing guards were trained on August 19th. The Calexico Police Department trained all of our crossing guards. We're still waiting to train our substitute crossing guards. So they have been already stationed, and everything's going well with the crossing guards. Our proctors, we held our first meeting with them on August 17th. We went over expectations and upcoming training and went over any concerns that they might have. So we've been working closely with our proctors, and we will start CBRON online training with them and hopefully get them certified in, it's a security guard training, but it also taps into how to work with students, how to look for behavior issues, discipline issues, and how to address them. And then site visits, the ICOE representatives conducted Williams site visits at Rockwood, Main, Stool, Kennedy Gardens, and Willie Moreno on August 22nd and through the 26th. All work orders have been submitted, though many of the work orders have already been completed. There's still a few that are pending, and we're waiting for our final Williams reports. And we're using the new FIT program to start keeping data on our Williams. So hopefully with this new system, we'll be able to present charts and graphs for you to see how we're doing on a yearly basis and monthly basis. We have 2 new committees. We have the District Safety Committee. That one's composed of staff members, community members, students, and administrators, and district administrators. We will go over the comprehension school site safety plans, the current safety concerns, reunification, and safety presentations and training. That's district-wide. Then we also just started the Parent Safety Committee. That one's going to be an advisory committee. Right now we have 18 parent volunteers. We'll be meeting with them monthly, and they will also be working with us on specific trainings that they want to see as parents, and we're also going to go over recommendations or any concerns that they might have that they're seeing at sites. We have 2 representatives per site, so we're excited to start with them. Both committees will start in October. Dates to be determined, because I have to work around parent schedules somewhat, so those are still working there. And then we're going to start sending out a monthly safety bulletin so that we alert our parents with any type of concerns that we might be seeing. For example, fentanyl. There's colored fentanyl now that looks like candy, so we'll be sending things like that out. There's another one chip challenge that's going on that is causing some issues at some of our sites. So we want to make sure that our parents are aware of any concerns that they need to see and keep an eye out. So we'll be sending a bulletin out. And then regarding COVID, we're still continuing COVID testing once a week with Dr. Vo. That's after school on Wednesdays here at Calexico High School. That's for staff and any student that might need testing. And we're also we're working with the California Department of Public Health. Sometimes it gets a little bit tangled there. They have a program that provides free testing at the sites, and you'll see that on the agenda today. They provide up to 12 personnel at each school site, 1 per school site if we so choose. And they actually provide training there at the site, testing there at the site for students and staff and their immediate family members. And aside from that, we're also going to be able to send tests home as well. All of this is free. And so there is no cost to the district. It's just more of an agreement that we have to look at. And that is on the agenda today. And then other than that, there are two mandates that have changed. The first one was the employee vaccine verification and unvaccinated individual testing requirement. As of September 17th, that is no longer a requirement, though we're still waiting on OSHA to make sure that we're in compliance with any type of employee regulation. And then the masking mandate also changed. So now what they're asking us to do is to monitor what is called, it's like a map that they put of the United States, and they put the level of COVID that we're at in each county. Right now, our county is low. So when our county is low, the use of masking right now is low. It's not required. It's still recommended, but it's not required unless you have a COVID positive case in the classroom, or you have 2 to 3 COVID positive cases. Then as a district, we can decide to require in that classroom for the next 10 days masking. We're not there yet, but that's the update that I have for now. Any questions?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, Mr. Jimenez.
No problem.
In the future, in your plan, do you have any drills scheduled
Absolutely.
for our schools?
Yes, we do. In fact, right now, they've already started drills. With the catapult system, they can schedule their drills for the entire year, and they can schedule different types of drills. So for example, right now they're conducting fire drills. Next month, we'll be conducting an earthquake drill. We're working with the Calexico Police Department to initiate an intruder drill. So that's in the works. The intruder drill is in the works, and yes, we don't like to say active shooter, so we're calling it intruder drills so that our students are able to recognize that. And that's why we also went to the standard protocol response so that we could start to look at different ways, because now you have hold, you have shelter in place, and you have lockdown. So you have 3 different ways that you can hold students in the classroom. We are also looking to see the run, hide, and fight, when that comes into play. And the other thing that we're looking at is if they're going to do run, hide, and fight, to have a common phone number that if the students do go out into the community, let's say they go to a store, 7-Eleven, we have a common phone number that, let's say, the employee can call and say, I have 10 students here, they're all safe, these are their names, and we can record them when we're reunifying the student. So that's where we're at right now. I will tell you that we are working working with trying to establish MOUs with outside community agencies regarding our reunification, to make sure we have water, any supplies that we might need in case we need to move students to another location. So in regards to what you were asking me for drills, yes, they have already initiated drills. You're welcome. I can invite you if I see when our next drill comes about at one of the sites. I can invite you to come in and work with us and let us know if you see anything. That would be great. Anything else?
Glad to attend.
Perfect. I will let you know when the next one is.
Thank you.
Anything else? Okay. Thank you very much.
And one more thing, President Calderon, I'd be remiss if I didn't recognize 2 of our outstanding people that work with our students on the counseling and social work program. So here tonight we have Ms. Alejandra Segura, our counselor, and Ms. Norma Lagmani, our licensed clinical social worker, who are here and want to thank the board for your support on the suicide prevention week proclamation. And they're the ones that provided these really nice boxes for us on suicide awareness and prevention month. So I just want to thank them for this nice gift and their thoughts behind it. And I know that they have to leave pretty soon, so I just didn't want to lose out on the opportunity of acknowledging their attendance here today and thanking them for all their hard work as well.
Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Ms. Limon. We'll go to 4 board reports. There are informational reports by board members, no actions taken. Mr. Ciro Calderon.
Thank you, Mr. President. Welcome everybody to our meeting. Welcome to month 1. Today marks 30 days since we started school. It's been a good year so far. So again, I want to thank everybody at the sites for making this happen. Okay, it wouldn't happen without them. So thank you also for the administrators at all the schools and administration here at the district office. It's been a good month so far. I'm glad to hear what's happening with our student athletes. School is not about books, but it's also about having a good K-12 experience, and that includes sports and extracurricular activities. So I'm glad that is happening. On a comment that I wasn't going to talk about, but hearing about how the ELD program is not up and running yet. It hits home because I started back with Dr. Mendez, ESO 1, back in 1986. So I know exactly where those kids are coming from, and I know what those kids are going through because I was one of those kids. So let's we need to get that up and running and give our kids the services that they deserve. So I'm hoping that this will get fixed in the next couple of days. So other than that, thank you everybody for your hard work, and let's continue with our meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Calderon. Mr. Romero?
I would like to thank all of you for joining us tonight, and thank you for all your hard work. I want to commend all the staff of the district for doing such a fine job, making our first month successful. And I would like to thank the tennis team, the volleyball team, and the football team for their achievement. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Romero. Ms. Magallanes?
Thank you everyone for coming to our meeting. Keep up the great work that you're doing for our students. I have received several positive calls from our parents, and please know that you are greatly appreciated.
Thank you, Ms. Magallanes. I'll get that straight one of these days. All right. Thank you for joining us tonight. Congratulations to all our athletes. I mean, everyone's doing well. I mean, I hope that our football team continues to be our champions. You know, this year maybe we can see a CIF championship. And also thank to all the staff for making it happen. I had an opportunity. I got an invitation to Ms. Rosa Lopez's classroom today. And I got to go into that classroom and got to kind of talk to these kids that we were talking about, the ALD kids. And I wasn't one because I went to schools here, but my wife was one of them. When she came from Mexicali, she was in 3rd grade. And like Cito was saying, a lot of these kids come and really don't have a clue of English. And it's important. It's important that we provide equality to all our students. And it doesn't matter who they are, where they come from, that we provide that equality, the best education that we can to this, because after all, that's why we're here. So again, thank you for coming tonight, and congratulations to all our athletes, and keep up the good work, hard work actually, because they have to stay in shape. And that's all I have. Thank you. J, discussion. 1, dual enrollment.
Thank you, President Calderon. At this time, I'd like to ask our Assistant Superintendent of Educational Services, Ms. Elisa Ramirez, to provide our presentation for us.
Good evening, Board President, Superintendent Jimenez, trustees, members of the audience. I'm Elisa Ramirez. I'm the Assistant Superintendent of Educational Services, and I'm bringing you an update on dual enrollment. We had a presentation in the past, but I know that Trustee Magallanes had additional questions. So I'll start with the presentation, and then I can answer questions at the end of the presentation. So we can go to the next page. Oh, there's a clicker here. Sorry, Alejandro, I just saw it. So we do have an MOU with the IVC Community College for dual enrollment courses. The MOU was initiated in March of 2021. The board approved it. It was our first dual enrollment MOU. Other districts, this is their second round. So for us, it's our first round. And in the MOU, it states that we're going to be offering two courses per term until the end of the term of the agreement. Our term is for 2 years. It'll end on June 30 of 2023. To give you a little bit about how students are selected to participate, the IVC is the one that puts the requirements and the prerequisites. So enrollment is open to all eligible students who have met all college applicable prerequisites. So if students are sophomores, they're required to have a little bit higher GPA. They have to have a 2.5 to show responsibility. Then our juniors or seniors, as long as they have a 2.0 or higher, they can apply. They have to complete an IVC application admission that's done online. They have to complete a dual enrollment application, and then the parents have to sign a parent consent form. These are all the districts or schools that are participating, and the reason we listed them all is because a couple of years ago, some of the schools started offering asynchronous or online courses so that students didn't have to travel and do face-to-face. So the districts that you see listed here, they are all offer dual enrollment. So students now have an opportunity to either do it on site or they can take the online courses, and that eliminates the trouble of them having to transport to another city. So for this fall, this is just for the current schools. They were having trouble for some of the districts to fill in some of these courses. So if they were not enrolled, they were closed. So in the first column, you see all the districts. The format, the majority, if you notice, are asynchronous, which means that students can take it online. Those that have asterisk are face-to-face. So at Calexico High School, we offered Introduction to Music, which was asynchronous or online, and then the American Government and Politics, that was face-to-face. At the end of the deadline that IVC gives us, we only had 4 students enrolled in the American Government class, so that class ended up being canceled. So we currently have Introduction to Music asynchronous. Broadly, all of the courses are asynchronous. So any student can enroll in any of those courses. So including our students can go to any of the asynchronous classes. They don't have to go only to what's offered in Calexico Unified. Calipat has a face-to-face American Government. Then Central has 3 asynchronous courses, 1 face-to-face. They did have to close the Auto 130, which was face-to-face, because again, they didn't have enough students enrolled. Then you have Southwest as a combination. Some are asynchronous, some of them are face-to-face. Imperial, same thing. A couple that are asynchronous, a couple that are face-to-face. Hopeville, they were only offering 1 course that was asynchronous, and they didn't have enough students sign up for it, so that also got closed. So these are the options that our students have right now. Any student in any district can apply to any of these courses during this fall. How does Calexico High School promote these dual enrollment classes? So they use a variety of things. So they do send students and parents a message through our Remind system. Calexico High School staff also read student bulletins, and in there's a messaging for the dual enrollment classes. There is a video bulletin that also includes dual enrollment. In the counseling office, there's a marquee that's on the outside, and so the messaging is on there too. They also provided flyers to first period teachers to share to students on those first day of school. And then also our counselors are also doing classroom presentations. So even now they're doing a lot of this for the next semester. This is a history of courses that our students have taken at Calexico High School only. So you can see, like in fall 2020, the college success skills class that was taken, there was 32 students enrolled. In the spring, we had the 2 classes, the political science and the sociology, 28 and 60 students enrolled. Summer school, we always offer 1, so that the intro to music, we had 39 students enrolled. For fall, we had argumentation and debate and sign language, and there you see the enrollment. Spring, we have intro to psychology and history of art. And then the summer that just passed, we had the religions of the modern world. We had 55 students enrolled. And this fall, in this 1 course, just at Calexico, we have 41 students enrolled in the Intro to Music and Listening. I do need to say that courses that our students take cannot be courses that we are currently offering at Calexico High School, because we can't compete with our own teachers and their courses that they have. So all of these are courses that we don't offer during the regular school day. And here's a history of our students attending other high schools, and that necessarily has to be face-to-face, but if they're taking an asynchronous class that is being offered at Brawley, they can do that. So in the fall of 2021, you see a few students taking some of these courses at other districts. And then by spring 2022, you see that our students are now accessing a lot more courses. I think the only course that is not A through G would be the college success skills. This is like a pre-class that we have students take so that they know that the rigor of a college course is very important, because they need to know, for example, that if they withdraw or they have an F, it could impact their financial aid and it could impact the courses they take. During the summer of 2022, there was an agreement that was made through the Upward Bound program, and the Upward Bound offered elementary statistics class, and so 7 of our students enrolled in that class. Then this fall, you just saw the fall courses that are just for Calexico High School. Now you have what our students are taking in other classes. So for example, I think the Intro to Music is probably the most popular one. The History of Art, you have 6 students enrolled. The Intro to Music, you have 40 students that were enrolled at a different school. And if you see with us, let me take you really quick. So where was it? We had like 40 for the 41. Fall 22, you see 41 at the bottom. This is different. These are different students. Okay, those 40 are different students. Then you have psychology, sociology, communication, principles and practices of teaching young children, college success skills, religion in the modern world, and U.S. history. So our students really have an opportunity to take a variety of sections or courses. So even though that our MOU, this is the actual picture of our MOU. Our MOU has this little table of the courses, the 2 courses per term that we were offering. They do have an opportunity to take a variety of courses through the asynchronous or online version. In our original MOU for this spring 2023, we had Communications 101 and Sociology 101. I reached out to IVC just to confirm if those were the courses that were going to be offered, and they did say that right now, in their tentative list, because they're subject to change, it could be 2 of any of these courses. So it could be Communication 100, American Sign Language 100, or Spanish or for heritage speakers 220. So 2 of these will be offered for our students in 2023. And so this is the end of my slides. Any questions?
Thank you.
Yes, Mrs. Ramirez, thank you for the presentation. What's the possibility for a high school student to be able to graduate from high school and as well to get an AA from IVC?
It is possible. What we've seen in other districts who have had students who do come out with an AA, the majority of those students attend schools that are neighbors to a community college. So students go from 8 to 12, they're at regular high school, and then from 1 to 3, they travel over to the community college. So the other thing that I've seen is, I think at UCSD, there's a school within the school. So there's a school inside the UCSD campus. So the students attend regular school, and then they walk over to UCSD to take the courses. So for our students, it is possible if they start taking a lot of these asynchronous courses, the possibility is there.
Okay. What grades are we promoting this?
It's 10th through 12th, and the requirements are the GPAs that I mentioned to you. So I think the one that stands out the most is the GPA. So it's right here. So for sophomores, they have to have a 2.5 GPA, and juniors and seniors a 2.0, plus they have to fill in the applications, and that's all that's required.
Are we able to promote it since 9th grade, freshmen, so we can start talking to the parents?
We
them
can. I
motivated?
didn't ask the high school if they were, Mariano, I don't know if you know if it's being promoted at 9th grade, but I know that they are doing a lot of promotion in the 10th grade. Do you? Okay. Okay, so it could be something that we do towards the second semester, so that students know that starting 10th grade, actually they need to, because they have, you have to start early in 9th grade, because they do have to have a 2.5 GPA as sophomores. So I'll work with Calexico High School to make sure that we start reminding our students that they have this possibility. But in order for them to do this, they do have to maintain a 2.5 GPA this year to qualify next year.
Yeah, I think that would be very, very good for them. Thank you so much for the presentation.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yeah, and Ms. Magallanes, I think like one of the things that you were referring to in California, there's a consortium of programs that are called middle college high schools. And that's exactly what Ms. Ramirez was talking about, where it's a school within a school, and oftentimes at the community colleges, at the junior colleges, the school district has a campus. It's their own building, and the school district, the high school students of the school district actually attend school at the college campus, and they're taking their high school required credit classes from the school district's high school teachers at the college campus, and then throughout their day they go and they take college classes for their AA classes. So and Ms. Ramirez is exactly correct when oftentimes this is within the same city of where that college is at, within the same city of the college and the school district where it's at. It's a great program. I've got a lot of experience with that. I'm not sure, maybe it's something we could explore for the future, but it is one of those things that within the location of where you're at, of allowing students to be able to get to the college campus and be able to take, the courses, because not all courses are offered online, most courses are offered in person. Now that we're coming back to some type of, normal, back to school in person. But it is a great program, or getting really close near to getting your AA degree by the time you graduate from with the high school diploma.
Yeah. I really believe if we are able to offer these classes, we're going to motivate our students for higher education.
We also have concurrent enrollment, which is different from this one. The dual enrollment is through an MOU, but our students also can decide to just travel to IBC and take courses in the evening. So that has always existed. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ramirez. 2, student board member update.
Thank you so much, President Calderon. We have here our assistant principal, vice principal from Calexico High School, who's going to give you just a brief update. I know that this was an interest of the board to have a student representative on the Board of Trustees, and so Mr. Mariano Velez is going to provide us a brief update with that.
Good evening, Superintendent Jimenez, board members, community members. We do have a student that has already been selected. The name has been submitted to Ms. Burgos, and she has all the information ready to go. I don't have the name with me, but the student is excited. She is a senior young lady, ready to go, ready to represent students of Calexico at the board, but perhaps a little bit of training for her before she takes her seat would be appropriate.
Thank you, Mr. Velez, and absolutely. So CSBA, which is the California School Boards Association, actually has a training for student trustees who sit on the Board of Trustees. And it's very, very important that we set this student up for success. And part of that is to set her up for a positive experience on her school board, as this is a person who might have a very bright future in politics or in government. So we want to make sure that we set it up correctly. So with the school board, we're going to be also looking at her role and her participation and her reports and when she's here. December 2nd is the CSBA conference for student trustees in San Diego, which will be getting her there and signing her up, and it's a one-day conference. So I want to thank Mr. Velez and Ms. Gabby Williams, her principal, for reaching out and identifying a student for us, and we're looking forward to bringing her on board soon thereafter the training. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Mr. Jimenez. K, discussion and possible action. 1, Calexico High School, 9th grade field. We're going to actually table this item. It was placed here by Mr. Alvarado, and because he's absent, we're going to bring it back on our next board meeting. Okay, L, action items, consideration and action approval of the following items. 1, agreement between Calexico Unified School District and Imperial Valley Mesa for mathematics, engineering, science, achievement programs for Calexico High School, Enrique Camarena and Willie Moreno Jr. High Schools for 2022-23 school year.
I move to approve.
Moved by Romero,
I second.
second by Magallanes. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 4-0. Agreement between Calexico Unified School District and Liberty for software licenses for dual elementary school.
Move to approve.
Moved by
Second.
Romero, second by Magallanes. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 4-0. Agreement between Calexico Unified School District and Sabas for implementation support of ELL.
Move to approve.
Moved by Romero, second by Magallanes. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 4-0. 4, agreement between Calexico Unified School District and Learn by Doing, Inc. for student licenses for supplemental software for CHS social studies students.
Move to approve.
Moved by Calderon, second by Magallanes. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 4-0. 5, amendment agreement between Calexico Unified School District and Imperial Valley Regional Occupational Program, IVROP, for core career technical education, CTE support services for the 2022-2023 school year.
Move to approve.
Moved by Calderon,
Second.
second by Romero. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 4-0. 6, agreement between Calexico Unified School District and Global Modular Incorporated for the lease of one modular restroom building for construction project at Calexico High School.
Move to approve.
Yes. Second.
Moved by Romero, second by Calderon. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 4-0. Agreement between Calexico Unified School District and Miriam Alvarez to provide ballet classes to students attending the expanded learning program.
Move to approve.
I second with the
Se-
comment.
Okay. And the motion is moved by Romero, second by Magallanes with a comment. Oh, I have a question too about this.
I mean,
So-
yeah, a question.
A question. All right.
Um,
Go ahead.
What
can an-
schools,
will
who
someone-
can answer? Is there someone that can answer that questions?
You want to come up to the?
Yes.
Ms. Garcia, please. Thank you.
Good afternoon, President, board members, Superintendent. Esmeralda Garcia, Expanded Learning Director. Miriam is with, remind me, Cuban Ballet. And so they are now splitting the company into two, and so she is an instructor.
Okay. What schools is she going to be offering the ballet classes?
I don't have it in front of me, so our intent is you have already approved hip hop. So there will be schools that get hip hop for 8 weeks. The others will get ballet, and then we'll switch.
Was hip hop? Can you remind me if hip hop was a contract as well?
It was through the Zulu Maniacs.
Okay. Will the students that participate in the ballet classes, will they be provided with ballet shoes, the
So-
clothing, or is that going to be provided by the parents? They have the, it's pretty, it's a couple of bucks. for
So
that.
we're starting with basics. We did talk to the instructor, and the only thing she requires is to have the children come in flexible clothing. We are providing hair ties and brushes per child in a Ziploc so that we don't mix up the brushes with their names because their hair does have to be up. But we will be providing the bars, and we will be providing a leotard for their culminating event because they will be putting it on for their parents.
What about their slippers?
We can look into that. The teacher said that it was fine because it is starting. It's very basic. So she said it would be fine just in socks, but we can look into the slippers as well.
Will she be providing them?
No, we will. The expanded learning.
Okay.
Yes. It would not be a cost to the parent.
Okay. Thank you.
That was my question.
That was
the-
my question
The
too.
shoes and
Yeah.
the leotards and everything else, because it can get expensive, and I hope that whatever school they go to, any kid that wants to participate can participate.
And that's the reason that we are rotating the ballet and the hip hop, and we'll go back and forth so that we can get more students because the groups are limited to about 20 due to space. But then they'll get the next, when we rotate, they'll get the next chance. If they don't want to try hip hop, when it comes back to ballet after the next 8 weeks, they'll get to do ballet.
I would like to know what schools would be
Absolutely, I can send you the list of
Okay.
schedules. We are working with the schools because like the junior highs, they wanted to do hip hop first. And so, we are working with the schools as well.
Yeah, if you can send it to all of us, that would be great.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Ms. Garcia, thank you for the information.
I like
All
that
right.
Thank you.
idea.
Any, so there's a motion. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Motion passes 4-0. 8, lease agreement between Calexico Unified School District and Fruit Group for the copier machine at Dual School.
So moved.
Moved
Second.
by Romero, second by Magallanes. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes 4-0. 9, agreement between Calexico Unified School District and Renaissance for on subscription license for dual school elementary students.
I move to approve.
Moved by Magallanes, second by Romero. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 4-0. 10, agreement between Calexico Unified School District and the California Department of Health for antigen testing program for the 2022-23 school year.
Move to approve.
Moved by
Second.
Calderon, second by Magallanes. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 4-0. 11, agreement between Calexico Unified School District and Alliance Environmental and Compliance, Inc. for hazardous waste removal services at Calexico High School.
Move to approve.
Moved by Calderon, second by Magallanes. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 4-0. 12, resolution proclaiming September 2022 as Suicide Prevention and Awareness Month.
Move to approve.
Moved by Calderon.
Second.
Second by Magallanes. All those, well,
Resolution.
it's a roll call. Calderon,
Yes.
Romero,
Yes.
Magallanes,
Yes.
Calderon Jr., yes. 13, resolution regarding compliance with Educational Code Section 60119 as revised by Chapter 118, Statute of 205, and California Code of Regulations CCR Title 5, Section 9531 regarding sufficient of textbooks and instructional materials.
So moved.
Moved by Romero,
Second.
second by Magallanes. Roll call. Calderon,
Yes.
Romero,
Yes.
Magallanes,
Yes.
Calderon Jr., yes. Okay, and we go to 14, Certificated Employment Report. Mr. Jimenez?
Thank you, President Calderon. I'd like to ask for the board's approval of the certificated employment report with the following amendments. I'd like to pull the new hire transfer of band teacher. I'd like to pull the new hire transfer of science teacher, chemistry, and physics. And I'd like to identify and proudly ask for the board's support for our middle school principal at Willie Moreno for Ms. Isaura Badillo as our new principal at Willie Moreno, and also as our new director of instructional technology, Ms. Karina Montaño. So I'd like to-
I'll move as stated.
Second.
There's a motion by Calderon, second by Romero. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion
Aye.
passes 4-0. 15, Classified Employment Report. Mr. Jimenez?
No amendments, President Calderon.
No
Move to
amendments?
approve.
Motion by Calderon,
Second.
second by Romero. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 4-0. And reconvene to early closed session. We're not going back. And reconvene to open session. We're not, obviously. And O, announcement of actions taken, none. P, adjournment.
Move to approve. Move to
Moved by
adjourn.
Romero,
Second.
second by Calderon. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Good night, everyone. This concludes our meeting tonight.
Maribel. Maribel.